everyone. Welcome to Tea with Marie and Everything British. My name is Marie Hope, owner of the business Tea with Marie, and I consider myself the authority on anything tea related, afternoon tea related, or to do with Britain. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about Rooibos tea, also known as red tea, red bush tea. And this is a tea, although actually it's not really a tea. The only things that are actually teas are are black tea and green tea. And they come from the plant Camellia sinensis. And other things like herbal teas and fruit teas and red tea are actually tisanes, that's T-I-S-A-N-E-S, but they tend to get lumped under the generic word tea. So Rooibos comes from South Africa. It's only grown in South Africa. And it comes from a plant called Aspalathus linearis. Now, I have to tell you, I see all these words, these plant words, and I never know how to pronounce them. But I found that when I Google them, how to pronounce it, there are all these little websites where you can hear different people saying that word and get an idea of what it's meant to sound like. Don't you just love Google? I mean, really, it's incredible. So the leaves of this plant are used to make this herbal tea. And as I say, it comes under the name of Rooibos. Now it's spelled R-O-O-I-B-O-S. So I used to call it Rooibos. But when I looked at how it was meant to be pronounced, it's meant to be pronounced almost like R-O-Y and then boss, Rooibos. And it's been popular in South Africa for generations. But really, it's only been since the early 2000s that it's gained popularity internationally. And I think really it was sort of around the beginning of the 2000s that tea really took off, you know, in the same way, at least in the United States, I should say, in the same way as coffee had. And you know, when you asked for tea, you were not just getting a cup of black tea. So it's got a very earthy flavor, and it's kind of got earthy and a little bit of a hint of sweetness. And it can be an acquired taste. You sort of like it or don't like it on its own. But the thing it's often used for is the base for other herbal teas or for other fruit teas. So if you take the Rooibos and then you add different flavors to it, it can be really, really very nice. And some people do like the flavor, just the basic flavor. So it's usually prepared in the same manner as regular black tea or green tea. Served sometimes with the addition of milk or honey or sugar or lemon. And it can also, as in black teas, be made into lattes and cappuccinos and iced tea. I'm sure people that go to Starbucks see all these fancy different ways of drinking it. So it's a very healthy beverage because, first of all, it does not have any caffeine. So for those people that don't like to take in too much caffeine or who find that it keeps them awake or jittery, it's a good alternative. And also it's got very low tannin levels. And some people are allergic to tannins. It's actually, tannin is the same thing. Tannin comes in black teas and green teas, and it's the same thing that comes in red wine. And so some people just don't adapt well to it. So in exactly the same way, you boil the water. It's recommended that you have the water a little bit below boiling, because if you bring it to actually 212, it can often make the tea a little bitter. No, I say tea, the tisane, it makes it a little bitter. So they recommend about 208 degrees. And they have these kettles now, the electric kettles that, you know, have a switch for green tea, white tea, Rooibos, so that, you know, it switches off at the right temperature. So, and in the same way, you leave it steep for about 5 minutes. So as I say, South Africa is the only country that produces it, and it's not allowed to be sold under the name of Rooibos unless it's made in that area in South Africa. So from a health point of view, like many of the other teas, it's packed with antioxidants. There's no caffeine, as I say, so it's a good replacement for black tea. It's healthy, it's heart healthy, and some recent studies have shown that it may reduce cholesterol. And I know that pharmaceutically it's really been sort of investigated for different medicinal properties. As far as how to buy it, the loose tea usually is a higher quality because they tend to use more of the leaves for the loose tea. So the more leaves, the higher the quality. If you find stems in it, it's kind of a lower quality. I mean, the stems still produce the flavor. You tend to get stems a lot more in tea bags. You know, some people wonder why would you have loose tea rather than tea bags, and often, not always, but often there really is a difference in the quality of what they put in the bags and what they put in loose tea. So we carry 2 different flavored Rooibos, blood orange, which is very popular, and the mixed berry, and we sell those in these very pretty, you can see this, very pretty bags. So they do make great gifts for people. And I've had a really busy week. It's Easter week, and we've had, oh my goodness, a lot of the Easter gift boxes that we've been preparing and getting out. The Easter gift box this year had a blueberry and lemon scone with a lemon glaze, and packages of tea, and a little English teacup, it's not teacup, egg cup, and then homemade lemon curd. So it was very popular, and they have been flying out. So it was actually the first time that I had made that particular recipe. And it's really good. I've eaten too many of them. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Please, if you enjoy the program, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or would like to make any comments, please do so. I answer anything that people write. And if you want to check our website, it's teawithmarie.com. That's ITSTEAWITHMARIE.com. And you can find us on Facebook at Tea with Marie Chat. So happy Easter for anybody that's watching this today. It's the day before Easter Sunday, and thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.